Let me ask you something. How many tabs do you have open right now with workout programs? How many YouTube videos have you watched about the perfect split, the perfect rep range, the perfect recovery protocol? And how much of it are you actually doing? That right there is the problem, and nobody is talking about it honestly, because complicated content gets more views. Simple truth doesn't sell courses. But here's what I've learned. And I will come back to this later because it's the part that actually changed everything for me. The most effective training program you will ever follow is the one that's simple enough that you don't need to think about it. You just show up and execute. So this video is for the natural guy, the guy who goes to the gym, eats clean, sleeps well, and still feels like he's doing something wrong because his results don't match what he sees online. I'm going to break down why overcomplicating your training is actually holding you back, what a simple, effective natural training split actually looks like, and why the fitness industry is actively working against you understanding this. This isn't theory. This is what I do and it's working. Open any fitness app, watch any fitness influencer. What do you see? 6-day programs, 12 different exercises per session, supersets, drop sets, blood flow restriction, periodization charts for someone who's been training for 6 months, and it looks impressive, it looks scientific, it looks like if you're not doing that, you are leaving results on the table. But here's the reality nobody wants to say out loud. Most of those guys are not natural. Peptide, TRT, whatever the new thing is. When you're running compounds, your body recovers differently. It builds differently. Your muscle protein synthesis is elevated in ways that a natural body simply cannot replicate. So when a guy on TRT tells you to train 6 days a week with high volume, he's not lying to you. That generally works for him, but it will destroy you. A natural body has a ceiling on how much training stress it can absorb and recover from. Push past that ceiling and you don't grow faster. You stop growing completely. You get fatigued, you get injured, and then you quit. And you think the program failed, but the program was never designed for you. Here's the honest biology of being natural. Muscle protein synthesis, the actual process of building muscle, spikes after a training session and then comes back down. For a natural athlete, that window lasts roughly 24 to 48 hours. After that, your body has processed the signal and it needs a new one. This means training a muscle group 2 times per week is for most natural people close to optimal. Not 4 times, not every day, twice. With proper intensity and enough recovery between sessions. More volume on top of a muscle that hasn't recovered yet isn't more stimulus, it's just damage. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every 2 days to check if it's grown. You're destroying the process before it can finish. Natural muscle growth is slow. That's not a flaw, that's the deal. You're building something real, from scratch, with no chemical shortcuts. That takes months, it takes years, and the guys who accept that, commit to it, and stop constantly changing programs, those are the ones who actually get there. So let me tell you what my training actually looks like, because I think sometimes seeing someone else's real routine is more useful than any spreadsheet. I train 3 to 4 days a week. I run an upper-lower split. Upper body one session, lower body the next. Rest day in between. Sometimes 4 days in a week, sometimes 3. It depends on how I feel, how I slept, what life looks like, and that flexibility is built into the plan on purpose. Upper body days, pressing movements, pulling movements, heavy compound work first. Bench, overhead press, rows, pull-ups. I keep the exercise selection tight, maybe 4 to 5 exercises. I go as heavy as I can with good form. Sets are lower, intensity is higher. I'm not doing 15 sets per muscle group. I'm doing 3 to 4 quality sets and then I'm done. Low body days, squat pattern, hinge pattern, squats or leg press, Romanian deadlifts, maybe some single leg work. Again, heavy focused, not endless. The whole session is under an hour because after about 45 to 60 minutes of hard training, cortisol goes up and your hormonal environment starts working against muscle growth. Not for it. Get in, work out, get out. That's it. And between sessions, I actually rest, not active recovery, not a light pump session. I rest, I sleep, I eat, because that's when the muscle grows, not in the gym. The gym is just a trigger. The growth happens in the 48 hours after you leave. Now, I said at the beginning that there was one thing that actually changed everything for me. Not the program design, not the exercise selection, something else. And I want to get to that. But first, let me talk about the one mistake I see people make constantly that kills all of this before it even starts. You find a program, you follow it for 3 weeks, you don't see dramatic results. You go back to YouTube and find a new program that looks better. You start that one. 3 weeks later, same thing. Repeat forever. This is how most people train for years and make almost no progress. Not because they are lazy, not because their genetics are bad, but because they never gave any single approach enough time to actually work. Muscle adaptation takes time. Real, measurable change in your physique. We're talking minimum 3 to 4 months of consistent, progressive training before you can even begin to evaluate whether something is working. Most people quit at week 3, and the internet makes this worse every single day. Every week there is a new study, a new trend, a new thing that every influencer pivots to it. And if you are chasing it all, you are standing still. Pick a simple program, run it for 4 months, log your lifts, add weight when you can. That's progressive overload. That's the whole game. It's not sexy, but it's the truth. Okay, I said I would come back to this. The thing that changed everything for me wasn't the program. It was accepting that I'm natural and being at peace with what that means. For a long time, I was chasing a timeline that wasn't built for me, comparing my progress to people who weren't playing by the same rules, feeling like I was behind, like I was doing something wrong, and that comparison was making me impatient, and impatience was making me change things too soon. And changing things too soon was destroying my results. The moment I genuinely accepted that natural progress is slow, that this is a years-long game, that there are no shortcuts, and that's actually fine, everything shifted. I stopped overthinking the program. I stopped reading forums at midnight trying to optimize my split. I just showed up, worked hard, and trusted the process. And that consistency, compounded over months, is what builds a real body, not the perfect program. Consistency on a simple program beats perfection on a complicated one, every single time. And I want to leave you with something that I think is the most important thing in this entire video. Because everything else I've said means nothing if you don't understand this last piece. Being natural is not a weakness. Stop treating it like one. Yes, you will build slower. Yes, your ceiling might be slower than someone on a full pharmaceutical stack. But everything you build is yours. Every kilo of muscle on your frame, you earn that. Without a needle, without a shortcut, without a dependency on something that messes with your hormones for the rest of your life. There is a version of you 2 years from now who kept it simple, stayed consistent, ate clean, slept properly, trained smart, and looks and feels genuinely transformed. Not Instagram filter transformed, actually transformed in a way that holds, in a way that's sustainable, in a way you can look at it and be proud of you, because you know exactly what it cost you. That version of you doesn't need 6 days programs. He doesn't need peptides. He needs discipline, patience, and a training plan simple enough to actually stick to. That's the whole thing. Seriously. That's it. Try to picture yourself 6 months from now, a bit leaner in the mirror, sleeping well, training 4 days a week, never grinding yourself into the ground, just quietly, consistently, getting better. That's available to anyone who stops overcomplicating it. If this video made you think differently about your training, hit like. It genuinely helps. Subscribe if you want to follow along with how this continues, and drop a comment telling me what's the most overcomplicated fitness advice you have ever followed. I would love to read them. Keep it simple, stay consistent, stay handsome, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.